The author was born to Mr. Fofi Sana and Mawata Kamara in Kolahom, Lofa County, Liberia, during the later part of the Liberian Civil War. The author and his family sought refuge in Sierra Leone. While in Bo District, Sierra Leone, he received no formal education. He spent most of his days working his mother's farm. His father ran a small drugstore, and the proceeds from the farm and the store helped sustain his family. After the tumultuous Civil War, he returned to Liberia with his mother and eventually moved to Monrovia to stay with his auntie, Mistress Savi Kamara, and uncle, Mr. Stephen B. Henna, who became wonderful parents to him with their support. He began his primary education at the Pet Barrett school system in Matadi Sinker. His first time at school was, however, quite challenging due to his Creole accent, his face, bullying, and humiliation from other students on a daily basis. This chronicle of his struggle to survive in such a completely new environment is written in other pages of his book, The Beautiful but Despised, The Paradox to Liberia's Poverty. He managed to survive the first few years of his primary education at Pet Barrett and later moved on to attend the Bible Foundation Daycare and Elementary School in Jacobtown, Pennsylvania, where obtained his primary education, graduating as a valedictorian of his class. He then moved to attend the Salvation Army school system, Wollongbu precisely. He believes that his words can shape public opinions and foster positive change. He is also, please listen keenly, he is also in love with Miss Beautiful Joyce F. Sampa, the co-author, whom he met at Cottington University during his undergraduate years. With her, he has formed a friend and a support system. She is a talented writer herself who helps him refine his work. Their upcoming book that we are here for today, The Beautiful but Despised, The Paradox to Liberia's Poverty, is one of many works they will publish. Aside from being a writer, our author is also an artist, an entrepreneur, and an athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, may we rise as we welcome Mr. Michel M. Sana.
All the time that you need to take imprisonments like these, I know that troubles can wait. No.
Thank you, everyone. Can you please have a seat? Imagine walking into a room that is filled with so much love, a sanctuary where differences fade away and the common thread of shared humanness shines through. As you stepped in, you are immediately struck by the palpable energy of love and support that fill the air. Every person in that space has come together, united by a deep and abiding love. Love for one another, love for a cause, and love for a vision of a better nation. It gladdens my heart. My heart soars with gratitude to take the scene before me. The sheer number of people who have come here today, despite the weather condition, to grace this occasion, to lend their voices and their energy to this cause is truly humbling. I can feel the love and support from every corner of this place, enveloping me in a sense of purpose and belonging. Your presence here has brought vibrancy and richness to this occasion that voice cannot adequately capture. I am so very much grateful for having each and every one of you here today. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for coming to celebrate us. Poverty in Liberia is still very much a problem. This disease has permeated the corridors of this nation for far too long. As an individual, I have experienced these norms firsthand. I grew up in one of the poorest places, and I lived in one of the poorest families. I am reminded of the struggles I faced with this scourge during my early years of education. There were times during those early years when my parents, despite their earnest effort to send us to school, did not have money to purchase basic school materials like copybooks. So to get us to go to school, they would purchase a single copybook and divide them into four. The 4 pieces would be shared on my 3 siblings and I. Whether that was enough, we did not care. We just wanted to be in school. As an educator, I've seen the trademarks of poverty in the eyes of many students. Some arrive late at school. Some come to school with tatter or no books at all. Hunger often distracts them from learning, making it difficult for them to focus in the classroom. I've witnessed poverty in every corner of this country, from the disabled begging on the streets to children being forced to beg for their families. What is troubling is that this disease is taking traction every day. It is getting worse every single day in Liberia for over 177 years. So the question that hit us, Joyce and I, are, why are we poor? Why are we despised? Are we destined to be poor as a nation? Do our people not deserve to live above poverty? Why is our nation, despite our rich potential, is still stuck where it is? Don't we have the natural resources and the human potency for national prosperity? This persistent poverty is a grave problem that requires our collective attention. Each of us has a stake to play in Liberia's development. Every one of us sitting here today. First, we must realize that no other country is responsible for our problems. The destiny of this nation rests in our hands. We must take ownership of our problems and work together to find solutions. Liberia's problems is Liberians, and Liberia's solution is also Liberians. We cannot scale up if we don't work to make the nation better and stronger. That is the theme of this book, The Beautiful but Despised, The Paradox of Liberia's Poverty. What are our weak points? What are our most critical problems? What are our strongholds? How do we make national improvements? This book addresses these very critical national concerns. I am grateful to those who supported us in the creation of this book, and I hope that this project will inspire others to join the fight against poverty and other national setbacks. At this point, let me extend thanks to those who made this project a success. My mothers, Mrs. Savi Kamara, who I would have loved for her to be here today, Mrs. Martha Kamara, Mrs. Albertine Gore, and Mrs. Anne-Marie Collymore, supported us in every way possible for us to do this. My fathers, Mr. T. Kwame McLean Sampa, my father-in-law, Mr. Mohammed Dunod, and Mr. Tommy Gore were all financiers to this project. My spouse, Joyce Sampa, has been a real source of support throughout this process. She's a terrific writer. She added all the finest details that needed to make this work to stand out. I love that so much. My uncles, Mr. Stevie B. Heener, who's here, Mr. Samuel Jackson, who also helped us, James Pay, and Mr. Samuel Colley, helped us organize this program into what it is today. My aunt, Evelyn Bay Kopo Miamen, made financial contributions to this project. Sis Deco, Sis Josephine, Chief Solo, all of them, I haven't really met them, but they supported us without even knowing me. I don't know who is Chief Solo in here. When it says Deco, I have seen. I want to say thank you for standing by us. Special thanks go to Dr. Herman B. Brown, former president of Continental University, who did a very thorough review of this work when it was in its embryonic stage. And Bishop Samuel M. Dober Sr., our chief launcher. You don't know how wonderful this man is. I did not meet him. The work was only sent to him. He did a review of the work, and he did a foreword of the work, and he's here with us. He's been, I don't know how to say it, but Mr. Tobo has been a real source of support throughout this writing. He's always been asking us, how far are we with the launch? How far are we with the launch? Today is my very first time meeting him officially, for all of the communication I've been coming through Joyce. So Joyce will call me, Mr. Tobo said this, Mr. Tobo said that. I said, okay, we have a very good chief launcher. And he was one of the few people who made us to believe that this dream was possible. When we sent the soft copy to him, he did not relent. He did it forward and sent it back to us. Mr. Azadi Chon, one of the several sponsors, contributed to us having this place as a venue. Mr. Solomon N. Williams, Mr. David Wajolo, all of who are also sponsors, made huge financial contributions to this cause. Our publisher, Mr. Ford, made this work to be what it is today. Thank you, Mr. Ford. And the people who left from here, Mr. Adolphus Dolo, my father in the footballing community, has also been an inspirational or support or inspirational person throughout this project. His desire to see me become a better person helped me through this journey, and his calm words will live on in my heart rent-free. The biggest humanitarian organization I know, True Taking Team, who is also one of the sponsors of this project, made enormous contributions to this project. This place is warm and inviting because of them. Our sponsors, launchers, and VIPs, the students, and every other person, they also helped me to write this book. My mentor, academic advisor, and big brother, Mr. Edwin M. Bod Jr., has been an anchor throughout. He also did review of this work. My friends and professional colleagues, Dr. Sylvester Collymore, Louis Buckley, Hilary Davis, Peter Morris, and my son Melvin Maswell also made great contributions to this project. We have a book, we have banners because of these people. And every other person in this place, thank you. Liberia is all we have. A better Liberia is our collective bond. As Barack Obama noted in The Audacity of Hope, what binds us together is greater than what drives us apart.
You had a dream that would take you places. You had a dream to transform any. Time won't have a meaning as we make life a blessing.